In Alice in the Jet Analysis Group, which is part of Physics Working Group 4. The first part of my PhD was more looking into more theoretical stuff, so about the jet quenching, how does the particle lose energy when it goes through the quark-gluon plasma. And now I'm trying to connect it to an actual measurement, now that the LHC is actually running. So I'm working on the jet analysis to see if we can see the jet quenching in jets, or correlate jets with other particles within the detector to see if we can see clear signs which will be more pronounced at high PT than in previous experiments like RIG, where the cross-section was much lower. So yeah, that for now is the main goal, but there's still a lot of work to do, but it's a very nice group to work with. Yes, I think it's progressing very well. So we actually see the jets, which is already very nice. And now we have to see if they are modified or not. So we will compare. We will do a comparison when they are not quenched, when there is not a quark-gluon plasma, to see if we see something different, to see if the quark-gluon plasma actually changes the shape of the jet. Yeah, I think that's going very well, and it's very interesting to see if that actually happens or not. Depending on the density of this plasma, the jet will be more modified or less modified. So if the plasma is denser, we get a more modified jet, and so how large the modification actually is, so how much the jet changes compared to when there is no quark-gluon plasma, tells us something about the density or the energy density about the quark-gluon plasma. I first did my master thesis also within Alice. Then I worked on CHARM, so I worked on the D0 meson, which was all in Monte Carlo because by that time we didn't have data yet. And I liked that very much, although before starting that research, which lasted 1 year, I don't think I was really thinking about doing a PhD, but I liked it so much that, yes, there was no other option at the end of the year. So I was very happy to start my PhD then. It's the unknown. And you see a problem, you attack the problem, and then you hopefully solve the problem. Well, you actually do not stop until you solve the problem. Maybe your first approach is not the right one, but then you try something else. And yes, and all those little puzzles, I hope in the end we will really learn something. Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to see where everything is going into so many people working in this business, and everybody is doing a small puzzle, but in the end it should somehow converge to one thing. And as a student, that sometimes it's hard to get an overview of the whole field. Yeah, it was a last-minute decision. When I was at high school, I actually was thinking about studying architecture. But then one day before I was going to holidays, and I would come back one day before the introduction of the university would start, I decided to switch to physics because I wanted something more fundamental and less practical. And I never regretted that. I think it's going very well. We have this graduate school, so sometimes we have also lecture weeks where you get a bit more overview over the whole field, because that's not only the particle physics where Alice is involved. And now I'm here for half a year at CERN to work here, which is very nice because you get closer to the experiment and to the people who work here, and you feel more connected. I would actually advise everybody to spend a period here at CERN. It's also very inspiring, all those people, and there are so many ideas from so many people. Well, so I used to play field hockey a lot, but right now I don't do that anymore. And now I switched to cycling, which in Holland is actually very normal. We do it every day to go to work, but then I also do it in the weekends for a bit longer time. And I enjoy it. I enjoy also cycling holidays a lot. Just going from one place to the other and exploring whatever you can find on your way.